What is going on, guys? What is going on, 27 Squad? Welcome back into another video. Today we're going to be talking about the New York Giants free agency. Now, they didn't quite lose free agency and they didn't quite win free agency. They were kind of right smack dab in the middle. They kind of made moves that I think were expected. They didn't make any groundbreaking moves, any groundbreaking trades, and really was just signing players to fill in roles. I think, obviously, because we are trying to build through the draft, we have an extremely young team, and I think Dave Gettleman is going to continue to do that and rebuild throughout the draft. So I'm okay with this free agency. I'm okay that we didn't spend all of our cap space on huge guys that we need to be committed to on 5-year contracts. It was just great. So before we get into it, guys, make sure you guys hit that like button for me. Helps me out a lot. Let's try to get this video to at least 50 likes. So the first 50 people should definitely hit that like button. So then obviously we have nothing to worry about and I won't be at your doorstep. I keep saying it. I'm going to be at your doorstep. Like the video. Also subscribe if you guys want to see more NFL content just like this. Let's get right into it. So let's get on to some key re-signings that the New York Giants have made. You look at Elijah Penny. Obviously, with the retirement of Rhett Ellison, we need another blocker. We need another run blocker. And Elijah Penny is pretty much the only guy we got so far, so we had to re-sign him. And obviously, we re-signed Elijah Penny before Rhett Ellison retired, if I'm not mistaken. So, I mean, I guess this was a good move even before Rhett Ellison retired. We then move on to David Mayo. Now, the David Mayo signing really gets a little confusing as we look out to the future, and I'll talk about it later on with the Blake Martinez signing. But David Mayo, I thought, was a good signing. He is an extremely good run stuffer. We didn't expect this to happen. We got David Mayo mid-season. He's a Dave Gettleman guy, obviously, so Dave Gettleman knows about him. David Mayo was supposed to come on here and be a special teams guy, a depth guy, but we had so much injuries last year. Tay Davis, Ryan Connolly, Alec Ogletree, a lot of these guys in the inside linebacking core went down, and David Mayo had to go and step up, and he just did fantastic. The game that really comes to mind is that New England Patriots game where he did a great job stuffing up Sony Michel and the rest of that run game, and he graded out, according to PFF, I think he graded out as one of the best run stuffers in the NFL last year. So I mean, he did great, and he also blitzed from the inside. I loved the re-signing for David Mayo. And then some two key re-signings from the wide receiver position, and this also affects special teams probably a little bit more than the wide receivers themselves. You have Cody Core and Corey Coleman. These just look like superhero names to me. Just the CCs, the alliteration going on is just fantastic. They're just like superhero names, man. Cody Core and Corey Coleman. You gotta love it. But Cody Core and Corey Coleman were both re-signed by the New York Giants, and I loved these re-signings. They were absolute key. Now, if Corey Coleman can stay healthy, it would be even better, because this guy was competing for the number 3 wide receiver spot along with Benny Fowler before he got hurt, and now Corey Coleman is back on with the team, hopefully competing for a spot on offense as well. But I think he's going to contribute mostly on special teams as a kick returner. When we signed him in 2018, he was an immediate impact from that wide receiver, from that kick returner position, and just was great. We all wanted him back, and he came back and he was competing. Unfortunately, he got hurt, so I'm excited to see what he's going to do next year if he stays healthy. Cody Core, on the other hand, was an absolute stud as a gunner last year, was pinning almost every single punt he was able to get to at the 5-yard line. Him and Riley Dixon were an absolute combo together. Cody Core knew exactly where to go, exactly how to get that ball down. I mean, it was fantastic. So Riley Dixon was re-signed as well for a contract extension, and Cody Core, they kept him around as well. And this special team is going to look absolutely great next year if Corey Coleman and Cody Core are both a part of it. So let's get on to the free agent signings that the New York Giants have made. Let's bring on to the new guys that came in, and we're gonna start in chronological order, in order that they were signed, and we're gonna start with James Bradbury. Listen, James Bradbury, I admit I was a little hard on the guy. All right, I was getting too critical on the guy because he is being paid $15 million. That is the 3rd highest paid cornerback in the NFL. Now, the cornerbacks that are paid more than him aren't leagues better than the guy, but from the New York Giants standpoint, as a fan, we didn't like the Janoris Jenkins contract. We wanted him to be gone for like 2 years now. and he was being paid $14 million. So you have some expectations going on to a New York Giants team that just got rid of a $14 million cornerback, and you're being paid $1 million more by league average. You better be good. Janoris Jenkins was good, and we still weren't happy. That's just the New York Giants media. So James Bradbury, I was a little too hard on the guy. I did my due diligence. I did my film review on him, thanks to NFL Game Pass that I have, and I did my coach's film on him, and I liked him. I did like him. When he comes to elite wide receivers, he does struggle a little bit, but as far as the NFC South guys goes, Mike Evans, besides everybody else, Mike Evans definitely has his number. Mike Evans just was dominating him even when Mike Evans wasn't catching the ball. DeAndre Hopkins game, the Houston Texans game, DeAndre Hopkins was locked down by James Bradbury. Only had about 18 yards on 2 receptions from DeAndre Hopkins on James Bradbury on Hopkins. So just a great job. I like what I seen from James Bradbury. I'm excited, and I'm just going to take it with a grain of salt and hope that his $15 million is worth it. We then move on to Blake Martinez, and remember how I said in the David Mayo signing that I'm a little confused about this because the Giants just have too many of the same linebackers. I don't know if we're going to keep around Tay Davis. I think we're going to keep around Tay Davis, but the inside linebacking core is just full of run stuffers, full of base 3-4 guys. But you look at Blake Martinez, he's not the best cover guy. You know what? He's not as bad in coverage as a lot of people are saying. And guys, I don't want to say too much about Blake Martinez because I did a film review on him. I'm going to work on recording it and editing it so I can put it up for you guys. Make sure you guys look around for that. But Blake Martinez, I like Blake Martinez. It's just that he's not a go and get it type linebacker. We're paying him $10 million a year. That's top inside linebacker money, and he's not a go and get it type guy. Yes, he's always getting up there as far as the tackles go, but he's always a cleanup tackler type guy. He's not a run inside the gut, and there were a couple plays where I seen him make those plays, those energetic inside linebacker plays that are very Luke Kuechly like. Very rarely I'm seeing him playing the I don't know. I'm looking for a term here. He's like setting a boundary for these running backs. He'll kind of just sit there and not go out there and get to the running back. He'll wait for the running back to come to him, and he'll tackle him, and eventually he'll just get all the way down to his ankles, and that's how he makes most of his tackles. You'll see that in the film review I do. He's just he's not a go out and a hard hitting linebacker. That's what I'm trying to say. He's not a hard hitting linebacker. He's not an aggressor. He's more of a defensive guy. Obviously he's playing defense, but he's just not that great. Blake Martinez is. I don't like the contract, and I don't see why we got Blake Martinez when we have a David Mayo who is known as a run stuffer, who played great for us last year and graded out well as a run stuffer and also blitzes from the inside. Blake Martinez does a great job blitzing from the inside. Green Bay used him in a lot of double A gap situations, and I just don't see the difference between David Mayo and Blake Martinez. And then you also look at Ryan Connolly, who I'm extremely excited about going into next season. I thought he was better as a coverage linebacker than people thought, and was an extremely smart linebacker before he got hurt the rookie last year out of Wisconsin. And Wisconsin knows how to make linebackers. So I'm extremely excited about those two players, David Mayo and Ryan Connolly, but they all just seem the same to me. I'm looking for a coverage linebacker, more athletic linebacker, and we just didn't sign one. Next up, we have Levine Toilolo. Obviously, this was a response to the Rhett Ellison retirement. We had to go out and sign a run-blocking tight end, and Levine Toilolo is the guy. Now, Levine Toilolo has had some success in the NFL. I believe he started off with the Falcons, correct me if I'm wrong, and then moved on to the San Francisco 49ers. So he's been a part of pretty decent organizations. I believe he went to a Super Bowl with Atlanta and with the 49ers. And to me, he does resemble Rhett Ellison. He's more of a blocking tight end. He's a huge blocking tight end. The guy is 6'8", 268 pounds. He is a huge tight end, and he's more of a run blocking type guy, so I'm excited to have him on. You look at his career stats, he's had 97 passes for 996 yards with 67 starts. So, I mean, he's a decent pass catcher and extremely good run blocker. He might be even an upgrade over Rhett Ellison. I don't know. Rhett Ellison was great for us. I think Rhett Ellison, when his number was called, especially in the passing game, he provided. So, on the times where Evan Ingram wasn't being consistent. So, I'm excited about Levine Toilolo. The Kyler Fackrell signing was fine to me. 1 year, $4.6 million for the ceiling that Fackrell can reach. He had 10.5 sacks the season before the 2019 season, in the 2018 season. So I'm excited about that as well. $4.6 million is relatively nothing at the edge rusher position. And we have some young guys as well he can rotate with, Lorenzo Carter and O'Shane Ximenez. So I like the rotation there. I wish we could have gone out and got us a big time, free agent pass rusher just to be that veteran presence for the younger guys, because I feel like we just have too much developing talent at that edge rusher position. It's getting a little drowned out. Matching average talent with average talent at the edge rusher position is just not a good look. And it doesn't matter how you rotate the guys, you're going to get the same production. I'm not a huge fan of it. I wish we could have gone out and got a bigger name, but we'll see what happens. The Cam Fleming signing is a guy, he's probably going to go out and compete for that right tackle spot, and I don't imagine he's going to be flat out the right tackle. This signing tells me that the Giants are probably going to go out and draft a tackle, draft a highly known tackle like a Wirfs, Becton, Thomas, or a Wills, because they need to have somebody to compete with. Cam Fleming should be decent competition for a rookie to come in and learn. You don't just draft a tackle and say, here's the right tackle spot, you're starting now, have fun. You have to have him compete, and that's how they get better. So I really think the Cam Fleming signing is a little underrated than a lot of people are saying. He's going to compete for the right tackle spot. He's going to compete for his job. He's going to compete to put food on his table, along with giving competition to a rookie right tackle. I love it. Then we got another special team signing, safety Nate Ebner from the New England Patriots. It's fine, special teams guy. I'm not too concerned about it. Then we look at the backup quarterback position, Colt McCoy. I love it. I love this signing. I don't know how people are against this signing. That makes no sense to me whatsoever. You're talking about a guy who's experienced, former first-round pick, should be leagues better than Alex Tanney should Daniel Jones go down. When Daniel Jones went down, they went back to Eli Manning. They didn't even think about Alex Tanney at all. Listen, Colt McCoy is going to be a better option at backup quarterback than most of these guys out there. Who did you guys want? Jameis Winston? I mean, I don't know what you guys expected. At the quarterback position, you're not going to get a guy who has had a lot of success in the league. You're not going to get Matt Stafford as your backup quarterback. All right? You're looking at Colt McCoy. He is going to be a good backup. He's had some success with the Washington Redskins. He knows how to play the NFC East. He's beat the Dallas Cowboys. He's beat the Cowboys a couple of times, if I'm not mistaken, maybe once or twice. All right, in relief of Kirk Cousins. He's done that. All right, so I love the signing. He has experience starting. He has multiple experience starting with the Browns, with the Redskins. He's been in the league now 10 years. He's going to be a veteran presence to Daniel Jones. Then we look at the last signings. We have Dion Lewis. I like the signing a lot. I think maybe he can be a better version of Wayne Gallman for whatever reason. Every regime we have, I know we got Wayne Gallman during the Jerry Reese regime. They used him a little bit more, but then we look on towards, the Pat Shurmur regime. They barely used him. And when we're talking about Dion Lewis, he's a better version of him. I think he's a better scat back in the league. He had most of his success was with the New England Patriots. I know the Philadelphia Eagles didn't really like him too much, but with the Patriots, he did very well. He went on to the Titans and really didn't provide too much. It's not that the Tennessee Titans didn't want to go out and use him, but he just didn't do well. His yards per carry were down. Catching the ball at the backfield, he wasn't an extreme threat. But I think the Giants want a Darren Sproles type player, a Austin Eckler type player, and I think Dion Lewis can provide that. And last but not least, we have the cornerback Javon Askew Henry, the cornerback or defensive back from the New York Guardians in the XFL. I'll be honest with you, I only watched about 2 games of the New York Guardians in the XFL. Wasn't too intrigued in the XFL as I would have thought I was, but apparently this guy was good from the XFL, so he'll compete to get a spot. I don't imagine he'll make the roster. You look at last year, the Giants signed from the AFL, what's it called, the AAF, Henry Tolliver from the Salt Lake Stallions. He didn't make the roster, so I mean, I don't really expect too much from these bottom tier football leagues, but we'll see what happens. I'm intrigued by it. So that is all the re-signings and signings the Giants made, the key ones, rather. But let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. Let me know if you guys like the video. What else do you guys want to see? Hit that subscribe button, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Woo!